Lessons in abundance. Lessons in abundance. We're here to have this conversation today about life being rigged. And once you understand that life is rigged, then and only then can you truly succeed. So let's have this conversation. Make sure you share this message with your friends and family. Just a conscious think tank right now. That's all we're doing. Why does the chicken sound like he don't want to die when he gets killed so you can eat? Why does the pig sound like it's crying? If it was meant for you to eat the pig, why does it make that sound, that grief-stricken sound, like something is incredibly wrong? If the pig's destiny is to only be born one day so it can eat, why does the fish squirm and squiggle when it's on the hook? If its destiny is to eat, because you see, pre-encoded DNA would stipulate or suggest that when a child is born, unless something is wrong, without being educated, it knows to be weaned by its mother. It knows to go to the teats or the mammary glands of the mother and to suckle as young from the mother. It just knows to do it. No one has to teach a child. It's pre-encoded. So with all the thousands of years that these animals have existed, why are they in denial about their faith? Now, I'm not having this conversation to convert you guys to veganism. I'm not doing that. This conversation is not a conversation to convert you people to eating differently. This conversation is even on a more broader scale, because I was talking to my religious brothers and sisters about life being rigged. I'm like, the shit is rigged. And at one point, it's inevitable, Bambi gets eaten by the lion. And what part of the system is that? The system is flawed based on what you're selling me about religion. And so I'm telling my good brothers and sisters, I was talking to them about economics. And this was my analogy. If you don't understand that the game is rigged, you can never win. You're playing in a system. You're playing a game that was designed to befuddle you. What does that mean? What does that mean? Playing a dangerous game here. And I don't want you guys focused too much on the food. I'm saying if you're supposed to be able to eat these animals by God's decree, and even in the scriptures, he even says, man, you can sacrifice this animal. These are the ones you can eat, but don't eat these animals. But nonetheless, name me an animal that you guys love eating that doesn't resist being murdered before you eat it. Why, if the intention of those animals is to eventually be eaten by you, why do they have to cry? Why do they make sounds that confirm they're grief-stricken at this reality that they're being brutally slain so you can eat? Why must, in order for you to be fed, something has to be murdered? Is there no other way to survive? Is there no other way to live other than the animals having to cry? And again, I'm not converting you guys to food. This is an economics class. This is an economics class. But you see, if I kick it in economics, you'll understand it better. But when we talk about religion, you start looking to make excuses and concessions onto a God that has never confirmed any of the beliefs that you guys have been given that was made up by other human beings. Because we'll always find inconsistencies in religion because it was presented to us by way of other organisms, other humans, other sentient beings. Did God create man or did man create God? I posit that man created God because of all the idiosyncrasies and the inconsistencies. I would posit that man created God, and that's why it never makes sense, because man didn't think the shit through before he gave us the doctrine. And then those who did think it through and perfected the doctrine, they perfected the doctrine for the purposes of mass manipulation and mind control. Let's see who's willing to believe in this goofy shit. And that's why most of your so-called leaders or woke professionals, bloggers and the likes, they don't deal with me, because I don't deal with that. Because they'll say something that makes sense, and then they'll try to pull you back in with all the weirdo religions that make us deviate from the ancient African archetype of conception. So we'll never be on the same page with that, and they take it personal. I can work with anybody on planet Earth if we have a common cause, but religious people can't. They'll always hold something against you for not surrendering your brain and leaving it at the door so you can come in the room and then work with them. They have the hardest time working with each other. But I just always do this. Again, this is not about food, but we'll ask the question again. If it was meant for you to eat food, flesh, if this was the design, why do the animals cry instead of willingly say, this is my glorious day where someone could eat my tongue and I could taste them as they taste me? Or they could eat my feet and eat my tail and eat my stomach, eat the buttocks. Yeah, that sweet ham is a pork's ass. And you sugarcoat it, you glaze it, you put pineapple on that ass, you eat the groceries. You call it ham steak. You guys think it was the design for you to eat some animal's ass and put candy on it first and cook it. This is what you guys tell me. This is God's design. For you to eat an animal's ass. And it cried before you did it. I don't make these things up. I can't believe things like this even exist. But this is what's going on. You eating the groceries. You feel me? You guys are eating cow tongue. You guys are eating pig feet and pigtail and oxtail. And, hey, I just want to know why the animals cry. Why don't they willingly surrender? Why do they even have to surrender? Why aren't they happy that they're fulfilling their purpose to be your food on a dinner table? If this is true. And again, I'm not looking to convert you guys. I'm just saying, if this system, because this might be the system. Because, the Bible it ordains the murder of animals that cry before you eat them. And we know these are God's books and scriptures, so he ain't wrong. So since God isn't wrong, and since these scriptures come from God, not man, it's safe to say that the game is rigged. Whoever created that we're supposed to follow, the shit is rigged, because animals shouldn't be crying if we're going to eat them. You can't tell me the grand genius of this scheme of things that made the universe and the earth and the sun and the moon and the stars couldn't factor in. Why do the animals have to suffer in order for us to eat? Okay. So, again, I'm not looking to poke holes in nobody's religion. I'm not looking for you to change your diet. I say all this to say that when it comes to making your money, when it comes to succeeding on planet Earth, the game is rigged. It's always rigged. In order for you to succeed on planet Earth, in order for you to really eat, you got to understand, in order for you to eat, the shit is rigged. It's always set up for you to fail. So I'm telling you, you got to look out for the booby traps from this point forward. You got to look out for the booby traps from this point forward. Fish don't cry. Oh, yeah, because they don't have the faculties to cry. Do they willingly get caught in the sea, or do they squiggle and squirm when they're on the hook? You tell me. See, this is what we got to deal with people. But hey, fish don't cry. So let's eat them. And again, I don't want people to deviate from the economic premise. But since we're going to go there, I haven't seen no fish happily on the hook. I haven't seen no crabs looking like they're happy to be boiled alive. Boiled alive. It looks rather painful. I think it's safe to presume right? That the crabs are feeling a great deal of discomfort being boiled, and we'll sit there and look at it. Go in the store and love to see it live while it's being boiled. Then slammed, pow, opened up so we can eat the flesh, eat the legs. Hey, listen, to each his own. You guys eat what you want to eat, no matter what death process it went through. Just remember, you're consuming that same trauma. But eat what you want to eat. This is an economic class, and the point that I'm making today, right, is that life is rigged. And the sooner you understand that this shit is rigged, you know how to move. Some of the greatest mistakes made by black men and just people in general, women, black women, is not understanding where the game is rigged. We all fall for it. Some of us may not be able to come back from it after we fall for the tricks and the traps. I give you an example. There was a time one of my brothers was arguing with a female. He's trying to get away from her. He's doing his best to get away from her. She's grabbing his shirt, grabbing his hoodie, pulling him. He's walking away. He's like, look, I don't want this to get violent. I don't want it to get negative. I'm walking away from you. I need my space. She's like, no, bitch, you're going to come here. You're going to come here. She keeps pulling him, keeps pulling him, keeps pulling him. He's insisting that he needs to separate before he loses his cool. He takes her hand off of him, rips her hand off his shirt. It's part of his shirt rips. She's dragging him by the hoodie. He's like, please leave me alone. I don't want to get in no trouble. Let's stop. Let's think about it. Then we could talk even later. She's like, no, we're going to deal with me now. You're not going to leave me now. You're not going to leave me. She chases him down the block. He's speed walking. Let her have our space. She grabs him again, pulls him by the hoodie again. He's upset. He takes her hand, removes it one more time from his clothing, says, this has to effing stop. A car pulls up on the side, filled with some, 3 women, 4 women or so, and a man that's driving. And they yell, leave her the F alone. Leave that woman the fuck alone. Leave her the F alone. Don't touch her. Mind you, I watched the whole situation play out. The man never violently aggressed. In fact, he was being violently aggressed. He never invaded her space. In fact, his space was being invaded. But to understand the rules of engagement, if you're a black man talking to someone that's even lighter skinned than you and shorter and is a female, chances are no matter what people are seeing, their perception will contradict reality, and that black man is in the wrong and he is the aggressor, even though he did absolutely nothing wrong in that scenario, but attempt to separate himself from that hostility so he wouldn't eventually lose his mind. Because no one wants to hear, once you lose your mind, why you lost it. But he himself has to understand shit is rigged. So you got to understand the pitfalls of being a black man in that particular scenario. You have to understand, which I spoke with that brother afterwards and said, look, it's unfortunate that these double standards exist. Yes, this is cognitive dissonance. It's unfortunate that these double standards exist, but they do exist. So we can bitch, moan, and groan about it. We can have nice conscious forums about it as well to bring people's awareness to it so they can be more cognizant of it. But ultimately, while you know the game is rigged, you have to know the rules of engagement so you could thrive. Not just survive, but so you can thrive, so you can succeed. That's the purpose of this conversation right here. That's the purpose of this. Always know the rules of engagement. See, like when I'm on this live stream, I have to understand the rules of engagement. That there's going to be trolls, there's going to be bots, there's going to be people that despite whatever I'm talking about, they will always disagree, even if they're actually living out this reality as I speak. I have to always make sure, don't get distracted, don't deviate. Because this is mental warfare and the game is rigged. No matter what you're doing, no matter how positive you speak, no matter how great your intention, someone will always find something wrong. Someone will always find something wrong. Hey, baby girl. Take it easy. Hey, take it easy, though. Don't be so loud. Okay? Thank you, baby. Someone will always find something wrong. Okay? Someone will always find something wrong. And so this is where we come to in this conversation. This is where we come to in this conversation. So when I'm talking to you about money, isn't it funny how we are geniuses of doubt and masters of ignorance? What does that mean? Tell somebody that you're going to buy a new TV. Man, good for you. Tell somebody you're about to go on a vacation you can't afford. They don't have to know your budget. They don't have to know your finances. What they do know is, damn, you going there? Wow, you must have saved up. The fact you had to save up to go there means you don't have the money. Okay. Tell someone, I'm buying these nice gifts for Christmas. I'm buying this for someone's baby christening. I'm buying this for the baby shower. I'm buying this for New Year's. Black Friday's here. I'm doing some shopping. Time to hook up the house. Get some new furnishings. Nobody will say, do you want to second guess that? Now tell them you're about to invest in yourself. And watch all the skepticism. Watch the cynical monologue that comes your way. Watch the pessimism. Watch how people will give you every excuse in the world why you should be afraid to invest money in yourself with the intention to get a return on your investment. But if you was buying sneakers, buying a coat, buying a big ass TV, how much resistance would your friends and family give you if you told them you was about to spend $1,000 on a big TV and then buy some other gifts for someone's baby shower and get some stuff ready for Christmas and get some stuff ready for New Year's and buy some drinks? How many people say, no, don't buy the liquor for New Year's? How many people say, oh, no, don't buy gifts for 12 people for Christmas? How many people say, chill? You know you still living in the hood? Hold on. You know you still living check to check and you save that money up all for this one moment so you can start all over again? How many of your friends and family actually stop you when it comes to spending your money frivolously? But tell them, I'm about to invest in Brother Polight's credit restoration program. He's helping us get anywhere between 100 grand and 300 grand inside of 90 business days and boosting up our credit scores. Hold on, you sure you want to do that? I don't know. How come everybody doesn't know that? I didn't learn that in school before. Did you ever learn that in school? I've never seen nothing like that on TV. They don't advocate or promote anything like that on TV. All of a sudden, everyone's a freaking genius when it comes to not investing in yourself. But when it comes to spending your money on things that don't make you money back, oh yeah, no resistance. Why do you think that is so? Because the game is rigged. It's part of the matrix we live in. It's part of the matrix. That's why I say I'm too smart to be broken and it costs way too much to be poor. It is part of the matrix, people. I want you to really think about it. Think about it one more time. Think about all the unnecessary things you spend your money on. The strip club. You tell your mans and them, let's go to the strip club tonight. Let's throw some money in the air. Right? That will be swept off the floor. Not even given in total to the very women that's dancing for it. And people will be like, hey, let's go. Great idea. And now, am I saying don't go to the strip club? I'm not saying don't go to the strip club. I'm not saying don't buy a TV. I'm not saying don't eat the food you want. Don't drink the drinks you want to drink. I'm saying no one has a problem when you do shit that doesn't necessarily make sense. But if you know you're going in your 30s, if you know you're in your 20s, if you know you're in your 40s and older, and you don't have no investments out there, what the hell are you waiting for? How you going to be 20, 30, 40, 50 years old and don't have no money out there that you waiting to return to you in a larger amount? How can you be so old and not have that going on? That makes absolutely no sense. Am I lying? But it's normalized to live check by check. It's normalized to spend money and not expect nothing back. We spend money into Christmas like we thinking we getting money back. We put money into Valentine's Day like we think money coming back. We put money into Thanksgiving like we think, oh yeah, 2 weeks from now, my bread will be back here. We spend our money on these things year to year like we believe that next year the money's going to come back. We spend our money on New Year's parties and what was this holiday? Labor Day and Memorial Day and all these holidays. We actually put money into it, into tickets, hotels, parties, drinks, gifts. Like we really think we're going to get some money back, and we do it from one year to the next, and every year we complain that we don't have money left over. How old are you going to wait until you decide or realize, come to grips with reality, like all this shit is the setup for you to keep spending and patronizing everyone else to the point of depression, because one day you just quit in disappointment of yourself because you don't have nothing to show for yourself after walking this earth and going around the sun 20 times, going around the sun 30 times, having your solar return 50 times around the sun, only to sit here and say, shit, I still don't have no money in particular that I'm expecting to get back. But then people want to complain when I charge $2,000 proudly. Why do I charge $2,000? Because I remove negative items off your credit report. I add positive items to your credit report. Most important, boost your credit scores and leverage the results so that you meet the criteria to be approved for anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000 that you don't have to pay back. Get you credit cards with larger limits. That's in the six figures. That credit cards that don't give you late fees. And credit cards where you could turn off the credit reporting. What does this mean? You could use your credit cards as investment vehicles if they don't have late fees. And you could turn credit reporting off. Then you have another investment vehicle right there. You could swipe a credit card into a new business and pay it all off by way of the business you invested in. So I charge $2,000 to get you access to anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000. Boost your credit scores. Give you way better credit cards with higher limits, less implications. Get you a caseworker that deals with your credit exclusively and immediately. You have me at your disposal as your mentor, whereby I give you a wide range of ideas how you may want to invest the money that you have coming in. And then you also have our website where you could track your results, see the deleted items as we remove them, see the positive items as we add them. Who does that? Full transparency. Give you a website where you could track your results and you could assign notifications to your phone for any time we send something out and anytime something comes back in. You get notifications to your phone. Get a caseworker dealing with your credit exclusively immediately. Get me as your mentor so the money you come into, you know how to properly dispose of it and invest it. In addition to making sure I debrief you on the many things you need to know about credit as it relates to the 30 plus different bureaus, not just TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And also importantly, we make sure that you're getting funds anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000 that you don't have to pay back. Who's doing that for $2,000? Who's doing that in the name of fixing credit? I hate to hear people say they're repairing credit and then they don't tell you about getting any monies. How is that possible? How did the two run concurrent? So in my mentorship program, we restore credit. But let's never get it twisted. The purposes for my program is to educate you, to share information about the world of finance, to empower you in the future. Namely, Sage Stream, Core Systems, LexisNexis, spelled with I's, check systems, CDAs, consumer data aggregates. Hold on. I didn't say TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, and FICO, but I just said some of the main companies that's responsible for impacting you in the credit world. But all they want you to do is know about TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. So whenever something is too popularized, chances are that's what they want the laity to know so they can distract you from what you really need to know. And no, they won't teach you this in school because from pre-K to 12th grade, it's 14 years you go to school and they teach you nothing about the world of credit. They don't teach you how to build it up, how to restore it, you have the right to freeze your credit report. And if you know there's an ensuing debt coming in, so it doesn't impact you to the point of lowering your credit score, you can simply call TransUnion Sparing Equifax and let them know, I have reason to believe that my credit is compromised. I want to freeze the reporting on my credit for now until I rectify the matter. And boom, freeze. If you guys knew this, your credit score wouldn't be down because you would have froze your credit report before the ensuing debt would have came in and been reported. It won't even be able to be reported if you freeze the reporting. You feel what I'm saying? But when you know the game is rigged, when you know, oh, they're using your address against you, they're using the amount of money that you keep in your bank account from one month to the next against you, then you say, I need that to be disavowed. Check system, CHEX. LexisNexis. You'll find out that they're using how much money you keep in your bank account or have left over from one month to the next against you. How many of you knew that? And you need to tell them that may be advantageous to somebody who's able to keep over 66.6% of their earnings at the end of the month. But for most of you, you're living probably check to check. You maybe make a decent amount of money, but then when you deal with your expenses, you probably have less than 30% of the money that you put into the bank overall. And that is used against you when it comes time to be approved of funds that you don't necessarily have to pay back. So we have to get those institutions that report your personal business that you knew nothing about, because whether you realize it or not, your bank has a credit score for you. Yes, your bank. I don't care if it's Wells Fargo, Santander, Bank of America, Chase, Navy Federal, HSBC or HSBU, what's that? Hong Kong, Singapore, China Bank. Like, you guys are banking with like the craziest people. But yeah, black people be banking with Hong Kong, Bangkok, Singapore, China. Oh man, HSBC, I think it is. You feel what I'm saying? It's wild. You go to brotherpolight45 at gmail.com when you're ready to spend your $2,000 and change your life. Always leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready. Only contact us when you are ready to change your life. When you are ready to change your life. When you're ready to finally start investing in yourself. When you're ready to be a grown man and grown woman and actually start having investments out there, sitting here, putting money out there, waiting for it to be returned. And people be like, but just scared, just nervous, brother, because this person did bad by me here and this, well, you've been doing bad by yourself. Because if I ask you, name me the top 10 investments you put your money into in this lifetime. Not only, my apartment because I live in there. I'm talking about shit that brings you money month to month because you've been investing in it. You should have at least 10 things you can tell me you've invested. 5. I'd be like, all right, give me 5 things that you have bringing in money on a month-to-month basis. That you put your money in with the intention to get money back. Give me 5 of them that you got operating right now on a month-to-month basis. 5 different streams of income coming in here from investments. I ain't talking about jobs. I'm talking about you put your money in there and you're sitting here waiting for the money to come back to you. It's crazy. But no one's going to make you feel ashamed for not having investments coming in. Returns on your investment. No one's going to make you feel bad or shame about not having investments. People make you feel ashamed for attempting to invest. Make you get scary. Make you get nervous. But let you tell them you're going to put your money into some damn Christmas gifts and vacations you can't afford and Valentine's situations, knowing you can't afford yourself, but now you're trying to afford her or him baby showers and Thanksgivings and Black Fridays and Memorial Days and Labor Days, spring breaks. Everybody's like, I'm down. But let them get a sniff of, hold on, you put some money into something that's you're supposed to make money back from? Oh, you want to be careful with that. Why you didn't need to be careful with all the damn alcohol you was buying? Like, what was the return on your investment from alcohol other than being drunk? Your investment went in the toilet or out your mouth when you threw up or when you urinated. That's the return on your investment, in the damn toilet or trash. And nobody discouraged you from buying an extra bottle of Hennessy. Nobody did. But remember, the game's rigged. So whenever you talk about something positive, guess what? There'll always be detractors to say something negative because the game's rigged. And if you don't understand the game's rigged, you can't win. So if you're living in a neighborhood and you want to get in the world of credit, you don't realize that the neighborhood you live in may be redlined or close to the redlining map. So they got credit card redlining that suggests if you live in certain zip codes, don't approve these people of money or give them the lowest amount of money possible if they do get approved. So then I got to teach you, get a mailing address in City Hall on a highly reputable neighborhood, low crime rate, highly reputable school district, okay, where the median income is over $200,000 a year or exceeds more than $50,000 that of the median income of the previous neighborhood you lived in. And make sure it's not a UPS box because you're not going to get no credit or props for that. It has to be what? It has to be a FedEx UPS mailing address because the credit bureaus will interpret it as residential or business. And if they see you at that address for about 2 months extended, your credit score will go up 50 to 75 plus points. Huh? Because the game's rigged. Because if they don't teach you this in school, and they don't teach you this in college, then where the hell do you learn this game from? It has to be word of mouth. It has to be word of mouth. Walking with me? Where are you going to learn this game from? Because you're not going to learn it in school. So where do you go to get it? And I'm way too dark to share information that you don't know, because most of the information that you've been privy to that seems significant normally came to you by way of people that are lighter skinned than I. More fair complexion. Foreign. That's how it is when you come from where I come from. The social studies teachers in U.S. history, when they want to teach us an ass backwards history and misinform us about slavery and misinform us about indigenous lands and people, give them the black teachers with the locks and everything. The dark-skinned teachers, give them that for gym too. But then when it comes to chemistry and biology, let's give them some foreign teachers, because we can't find no black teachers that teach this. That's how I grew up. It doesn't have to be everyone's experience, but I know it's a lot of people's experience. So then when you do get some information that seems technical, you're a bit apprehensive subconsciously, because most of the times you got quality information. It came from the likes of whom wasn't of your race or as dark as I am. So even now you're going through a level of cognitive dissonance, just even assimilating what I'm saying right now. You're in a strife. You're in struggle. Can I trust this? I don't know. It's making me uncomfortable. And you don't realize that's from years of conditioning, because if I just say something you can look up, if I say Lexis Nexis, Lexis, Nexus, Nexis, and you look it up, if I say Sage Stream, Sage, Stream, Stream, if I say Core Logic, Corelogics, if I say Check Systems, Chexsystems, if I say it and you look it up, and oh shit, child support is being used against me on my credit score. So no matter what you do on transparency and Equifax, you can even have a 750 credit score, 780 credit score, and be like, but damn, why am I not being approved at $200,000? Why am I not being approved at $300,000? Maybe it's the neighborhood that you live in. Maybe it's because you have previous evictions. Or maybe because you closed too many bank accounts when life was bad and now things are better, but you don't even know that's being used against you because you never saw that as a stipulation on TransUnion, Equifax, FICO. Maybe you applied for too many jobs and you don't realize that every time you apply for a job, somebody's checking your credit these days. So out of 20 different jobs you applied for, maybe 14 of them did inquiries that impacted your credit in ways that suggested to the CDAs, consumer data aggregates, that if a person's having a problem getting a job, it means they don't have a certain level of education or rapport in a certain field where they cannot be trusted to keep a job, because people in this category who look for a job and fill out over 15 applications or fill out over 10 applications, they tend to not be able to handle debt wealth scenarios, meaning using debt to build wealth. Using debt to build wealth. Okay, that's what the CDAs do. Okay, it's all about the predictability of the consumer. How many times does this person return clothes? What is the data? What are the advanced metrics on people that return clothes? Serial return clothes artists, serial return artists, people who buy things just for the purposes of returning them. All those, would you like our gift card? Would you like to become a member and get a little discount? Because other companies are paying for data so they can develop a predictability about consumers in the future to know if they should lend to you in the future. So now, even when you got a so-called good credit score, you still can't get in the house you want. You still can't get a credit card, a black card, $100,000 line of credit. Because the things you do on social media, the things you do, what you surf on social media, you have a social media score. And the things they see you surfing the web with on social media puts you in a category where you shouldn't be trusted. Because people that look up Jordan sneakers most of the time and goofy ass scenarios and bum fights and people that's getting smacked shit out of all the time, these people can't be trusted when you lend them money because they consume how much hours at a time. Because your phone will tell you, you've been listening to this music for way too long, so it's probably going to impact you to the point of a detriment when you got your Apple Beats on. Instagram will tell you how much hours you're on IG per week. Facebook could tell you how much hours you're on Facebook per week, and so forth and so on. This data gets turned over to consumer data aggregates, and they say, how much can we trust a person that's on Instagram for over an hour and a half at a time? Well, the data shows that people that stay on IG for over 3 hours a day and stay on social media in general for over 3 hours a day when combined, these are the people that tend to not be able to handle their debt 60% of the times. People that return the clothes quite often, buy it to return, we see that they have a tendency to not maintain their debt scenarios 40% of the time. What about drugs that get abused? So this woman goes get her breast done. She gets her breast done because you have pharmaceutical scores. So a woman gets her breast done, but they gave her Percocets, a muscle relaxer, so she doesn't get these sharp pains and acute pains from her newly found surgery to get bigger boobs. But because she's using Percocets or Valium, these are drugs that are more commonly abused. So because these drugs get abused a lot, her pharmaceutical score goes down. Because now she's in a category where the percentage shows most people who use drugs that are abused have a tendency, because they're abusing the drugs, they're misappropriating their funds, they have a tendency to not pay their debts off. So you might have a low pharmaceutical score, a low social media score, but a good transient sperm and Equifax score. and not realize that this is what's hindering you, because you're not aware of the pharmaceutical score. You're not as aware of traffic scores. You're not aware of the shopping scores. You're not aware of these things. And they use advanced metrics to make a determination about the predictability of the consumer. Okay? That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. Just trying to wake you guys up. Okay? Don't make this shit up. And if you sit here and you think about it, damn, that would make sense. If I wanted to determine or make a prediction about people that spend money, these ideas would make sense. Do you think I'm sitting here making this shit up? They got toxicity scores based on your environment and people who live in toxic environments. And they accumulate all this data in an aggregate. That's what it's called, in an aggregate. It's an aggregated science. That's why it's called consumer data aggregation, CDAs. And when they put all this data together, then you have a mean or a median, an average that says, oh, don't give this person. They don't have the years of education, nor do their parents have the years of education. They traffic scores, they do risky things, they're constantly getting tickets, and then you got to prioritize your tickets to keep your vehicle or your credit cards. Well, you're probably going to use your credit cards to get your vehicle, but you have bad behavior that leads you to have to keep using your credit cards to bail you out. And that's another thing. Most of you only know to use credit cards to bail you out of bad scenarios. When I teach you to use credit cards for investing, you're supposed to use credit cards to invest, but you're using credit cards to get you out of bad scenarios. And if you're using credit cards to get you out of bad scenarios, you're basically saying, I've been given access to money to help me out in the event I don't have the money. So then how do you pay that money back then? So whenever you get a large sum of money, you're supposed to use that as an investment opportunity, not as I'm sitting on this in case there's an emergency. No, that's why you make investments, so you can get a return on your investment, so you can use your returns on emergency scenarios without compromising the integrity of your credit history and future business endeavors. Make sense? So the whole time they've been teaching, oh, you need credit cards for, just in case a rainy day or something bad happens. No, you need investment monies. The returns on your investment is what you use for emergencies. So you don't have to compromise your ability to invest again. Is this making sense? Sheesh. This nigga said I purchased a Rolls Royce from the money taken from people. Congratulations. His name happens to be Garage under detail. Out of all things. Okay, so sure, your garage under detail, you mad you ain't got a Rolls Royce in there. See, these are the things that people do to distract us. He's on Instagram. I also got us on Facebook as well, live. But you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to spend $2,000 to get access to anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000 that you don't have to pay back. You get a caseworker that's going to deal with your credit exclusively and immediately. You have me as your mentor, whereby I give you a wide range of ideas how you may want to invest your money so you could grow it into a larger amount. And then you're also going to have what? The website where you could track your results, see the deleted items as we remove them, the positive items as we add them. Okay? Where are the women and the flashy cars? Because we heard this crap before. Oh, I didn't know you heard this before. If everybody heard this before, I think we will all be in a wealth state. This guy is named the real Mr. Bottles. You must be hitting the bottle kind of hard, man. You asking me where's the women and the what? Why are you dropping gems then being degrading? Oh, because I'm nobody's punching bag. Sister. It's very weird. I don't play by these people rules. Because I'm a businessman. I can't bang back on social media. I'm already retired. I'm already retired. I'm a troll too. I'm a troll too. But what we're not going to do, because this shit is rigged, is designed to put people in there, in the chat, to distract us from giving out free information that you could check out. I'm giving you information you could verify. I'm giving out information that can be verified, cross-reference. And you say, oh, shit, there are different scores. Oh, there are more than 3 credit bureaus. What the hell? So people be constantly telling me, but my credit score is already good, Poe. So, I just want to get to the money. I still got to deal with your credit to get some money. But you would have been able to get to the money if that credit score system that you're aware of was worth anything, you would even need me to get to the money. The problem is the other credit scores are disabling you from getting to the 100,000s, 200,000s, 300,000s, even 500 grand. I put a cap on how much money can be made available to you. But at the end of the day, if I can get you anywhere between 100 to 300 grand that you don't have to pay back, if I'm getting you credit cards that give you over $100,000 limits and no late fees, and you could turn off credit reporting, I pretty much can make you a millionaire in real time. But I don't say these things because a million sounds bigger than people realize they can have available to them. A million is bigger than people's own reality a lot of times. So when you say big numbers, people shrink instead of grow. So I do my best. I hate even saying 100 grand to 300 grand. I hate even saying that because people just feel so insignificant and they quit on themselves that they don't believe that they could be masters of their own destiny. They don't believe that they could amass wealth. They don't believe that opportunities such as this one can be abound and available to them. I hear you, Divinity Infinity. People will click on a live just to listen to someone and hate on them. You should go somewhere and use who you can to be a resource onto you instead of wasting your time. Don't attempt the freedom fight over here. You'd do better if you was teachable. With all the things you claim to know, every time I go on these people's pages, I'm like, oh, they don't teach nothing. Oh, she's popping. Oh, okay, that's what they do over there. Okay. That's what they do. So why are you over here messing with me? You popping P over there. Only reference I have for that is pimping, where you could probably make some money. Get yourself locked up and sick. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. When you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com, they'll never when you show results you know how much results I've been showing people. You know how much celebs I post and they're giving me thanks and praise for helping their friends and their family or their associates. Helping people on the money team, Floyd Mayweather's money team. It doesn't matter. One thing that I've learned, people will continuously make excuses. Continuously. People will make excuses for someone else's success in light of the fact that they haven't achieved the way they wanted to. They won't jump on board and say, man, let me see what the brother's talking about. Or let me soak up the free information and start employing some of the methodologies that he's been sharing until I generate the revenue. Or you know what? Let me invest in myself and pay the brother the $2,000 and see what happens. Because after all, he just showed me how I'm spending thousands of dollars every year with no intention to make money back after. You guys got visions of buying cars that if you don't got that money threefold, why would you buy it the first time around? You feel what I'm saying? If I like something that much, I'm going to invest that money first into the stock, with the belief that there's several people just like me who like this product enough to want to buy it without getting a return. That's more than enough incentive for me to invest in the stock. Then the second set of that money is to do what? Make sure I have that saved. And then the third set of that money is to actually buy that product since I like it that much. Threefold. And if I can't do that, I'm not going to do it at all. Because if people would, the first Apple desktop, if people would have bought the first Apple desktop for about $800-900, they have about $2 million now from each desktop. So imagine if you invested that same dollar amount into the stock, made sure you had that amount of money saved, then bought the actual desktop. One share would have brought you the millions. And then you could have had the luxury of just using the product as well. But who teaches us to think threefold? They tell you Father, Son, Holy Spirit, leave out the woman, the quantity. Everything's person, place, a thing, solid, liquid, gas, but, forget plasma is the fourth state of matter. Whatever. What do I know? But then when it comes to investing, we don't think in a triune or a quantity. But what do I know? Oh, yeah, there's tons of fake pages. And people always try to blame me for those fake pages. But I always tell you where to go. Brother, POLIGHT 45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and phone number. The reason why? So you can talk to actual real human beings and know these people represent me. So you can actually talk to me. This is why I do it the way I do it. But people still wind up on WhatsApp. I don't communicate with nobody on WhatsApp. And some FX website with my name on it. No, I never said that. My lips never said. How do I know this live stream is the real you? Duh, motherfucker, it's a live stream. What? Like, let's not get so spooky that the obvious doesn't make sense. This is the type of stuff you got to deal with on planet Earth. You're watching a live stream, that means this page is the right page. Duh. Like, come on. And you know what would be the wildest? People would be afraid to invest in me, but then get scammed by my fake pages, attempting to sound like me, saying all sorts of cooked, weird shit, Bitcoin mining, selling this for $200-$300. I'm like, you've never heard me say any of this crazy stuff before. Yeah, just send me a bank wire. I don't ask you for your bank account info. That's not me. I don't even want to talk about it, you see, because that's part of the game being rigged, like I talked about earlier. The game is rigged. Do I still teach spirituality? Yeah, I'm teaching spirituality now. Prosperity teachings is spirituality. Whether you like it or not, this is part of spirituality. You don't know who you are until you get the right amount of money. Get the right amount of money before you see if you corrupt. You see if you cheat on your wife. You see if you beat your children. You see if you start breaking rules and laws. You see if you're honorable. A lot of you are spiritual by default. The fact you never made enough money to be tempted. Yeah. I say when you have material success, that's when the spirituality begins. That's when the real game begins. The real game begins when you're making money. That's when you find out who you really are. You really polite, hold up 2 fingers. Yeah, word. You feel me? Yeah, follow the instructions. Yeah, like if you got people in the comment section on Facebook named Polight while I'm talking and they hitting you up while my hands are free, you should know they're fake. Go to brother, POLIGHT 45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to spend $2,000 to get access to anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000 in or around 90 business days. I'm giving you a mentorship that is all inclusive of credit restoration. Okay? I'm gonna pull up on y'all in hoop again, man. I be moving around. Yeah. So anyway, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and phone number when you're ready. Leave your full name and your phone number only when you are ready to purchase the $2,000 service, to invest in yourself, to amass wealth, become a self-made millionaire when you're ready to invest in yourself. When you're done buying TVs and Christmas gifts and Thanksgiving gifts and Black Friday furnishings and what else, and Valentine's Day and what else you guys do? Baby showers and Memorial Days and Labor Days and President's Day and Halloween and random vacations and the clubs and whatever it is, the weed, the liquor, you know what I'm saying? The drugs, like, that you just constantly keep investing in as though it's giving you a return on your investment. When you finally want to, I mean, some of you are like in 7 of those categories. Take yourself out of 3 of them and invest in yourself, be it this program or anything else. Because one thing you know for sure, everything else you've been putting your money in, guaranteed wasn't going to make you no money. So why your stomach turning when you decide, let me put some money out there and see? You know what somebody told me? At least if I buy a hat, I know I'm going to get a hat back. Like, genius. Fucking genius. Or keep buying them $50, $40 hats. Because at least you know you'll get a hat back, right? Okay. Shit. How about you sell those hats to the people who think as wacky as you, so you can get a return on your investment, so you never have to buy a hat again, because people will technically buy you every hat for the rest of your life, so long as you're soliciting hats that you like, because there's people just like you out there buying them. Making it make sense. I mean, I see what people saying, but it's like anything to say something to be combative about something that makes sense. Yeah, no, this fake profile pages, we don't want to spend our time talking about it. You're on the right page. The right page is the one that always has the largest amount of followers. Over 300,000. Whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on Instagram right now, the real page has over 300,000 or 400,000 followers. So that's how you nip that in the bud. Just look at the history of the page and see it just got created and it just posted like 20, 30 pictures and videos all on the same day. If you're ever inquisitive to see if it's a real page or not, if they never go live, it's not my page. If the page history says a year ago or 3 months ago, 3 weeks ago, it's not the page. The page only has 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people, 1,000 people, 5,000 people. It's not the page. I tell y'all all the things to look for. But most importantly, if I tell you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com, leave your full name, your phone number there when you're ready to invest in yourself, the $2,000 to get access to anywhere between $100,000 and $300,000, boost your credit scores, get a caseworker that's going to deal with your credit exclusively and immediately, get me personally as your mentor to prepare you for the money coming in, so I can give you a wide range of ideas how you may want to invest and grow that money. The website where you can add notifications to your phone to see everything that we do on your behalf going out and everything coming to you on your behalf coming in, while we delete negative items and add positive items to boost your personal credit as well as your business credit, help you develop business credit. All of that is $2,000. Get the website where you can track your results to see everything that's going on. You're probably going to want to turn the volume down on your phone from all the notifications for everything that we're doing for you. It's a well-oiled machine. You'll know if you got me or not. Just dumb shit. Took someone's life insurance. How the freak do I take someone's life insurance money? Don't you? That's a federal offense. Like, nigga. You see, this is how you know you're talking to either dumb people or the byproduct of dumb people. That'd be life insurance fraud. I don't even sell insurance, goofy. I never taken any of them serious exams. This is how I know people be agents. This is how you know. Shit is rigged. You can't talk about nothing that makes sense without someone saying, fake pages over here trying to get you. It's just like when I was driving the other day. And my wife was like, yo. I was talking to two of my wives. And they was like, why you hate driving so much? The only time I drive is when I'm showing off. Rolls Royce Diaries. But anybody that really knows me knows I hate to drive. Why? Because People are parked and randomly open their door while I'm driving in traffic. Oh, be careful for that. Other people, oh, there's a red light. Let me rush and beat the other guy to the red light and almost kill him and his family in the car. So I got to worry about the people that rush to the red light. Got to worry about the people who open up the door in the middle of traffic while I'm driving. Got to worry about the people who just got to beat the light when I got the right of way. Got to worry about the cooked-ass people who got their headphones on, looking in the opposite direction of traffic while they walk and the light is not in their favor while I'm driving, turn around and get mad at me because I almost hit them. Got to worry about the drunk drivers, all the defensive driving. It's mentally perplexing. By the time I get out the car, I'm freaking drained. I got to do everything in my power to not get into another accident. I've been in an accident where I flew completely out the window. Bow, was unconscious for 45 seconds. Glass all in my head. Been in one recently where a car flipped the freak over. So the stigma of all of that energy, and still I drive, still I thrive. But if I could avoid it, I choose not to. That's why I have personal drivers that just drive me everywhere I need to go. Only drive them showing off, and it's just picture worthy and video ready. Other than that, I'll jump in my black or white caddy and have my people drive me. I'm good just like that. It got to be an event. I'm hired to go to a club of some sort. Then I'll come out with the Rolls Royce, or the Ferrari or the Lambo Pole Energy. Ferrari Pole, Lambo Pole. That's when I come out and I do that. Boom, park it back up, rent it out, mind my business, because I hate driving, because it's mentally exhausting, because I'm doing everything in my power to think about everything going on in and around me. And I know I'm just super exhausted. It's wear and tear on my mind when I'm driving. It's wear and tear. It's wear and tear. Yeah, it's wear and tear. I'll break down the employee retention credit program if you guys want to get up tomorrow. If you get up early enough tomorrow, around, let's go for 9 o'clock. You get up at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Let's do a live stream, and we could talk about those programs that have the monies available to you that you don't have to pay back. We can have a conversation about that for those who miss those presentations. 9 a.m. tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. We could do it at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time, 12 noon tomorrow, Eastern Time. We can have a free class on credit nuances and wealth building strategies that you can use for absolutely free to help empower you. Share with your friends, family, and of course, use it for yourself. I'm definitely going to save the live, so don't worry about it. I got your back. STRP_07. I got you. And limited American Express cards. This is what I'll tell you. When this live is over, go on the Instagram chat. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, go to brother_POLIGHT. Go in the chat. Go in the comment section when this live is uploaded and tell me what you want me to talk about tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I'll give you the game for absolutely free. I'm a little tired. I'll give you the game for absolutely free. I get ready to do my thing. Hosting a club tonight. Make some bread. Have a good time. Drink my water shots with lime in it. Fake the funk. Turn that up. But the beauty is I hang out with a bunch of smokers and drinkers. So they could give me that presentation and help me get booked again. But thank you guys again. When you're ready, just email me at brotherpolight45@gmail.com. It's actually pinned there. Leave your full name and your phone number. It's pinned right here. Leave your full name at the bottom. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and phone number when you're ready to purchase the $2,000 mentorship service that gives you the credit restoration, access to funding, boost your credit scores, credit cards that are unlimited, and also $100,000 at a time. And let's get to it. Let's get to it. Stop letting people scare you when it comes to investing in yourself. and support you when you spend your money frivolously. Love you guys.